All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It has certainly been a while. I have finally been inspired to make another video here off of a deck that I created for the Alchemy format on MTG Arena here. All right, so really, this is just a blue-black tempo deck. It is called Flash BOYZ. So we are playing some flash creatures, and this type of deck here is really my style of play, my preferred style of play. A deck that really has the tools to combat everything. It requires kind of a lot of skilled playing, but you do have the tools to fight against aggro, mid-range, and control decks, and you can kind of be all three of those decks as well with something like this. Now, what inspired me to make this deck is really these two cards here. All right, so Fairy Mastermind, I've always thought this was a cool card since it got released. I'm like, wow, this card actually is really powerful, really good, but it's like, where does it fit in? All right, certainly maybe in Rogues and Historic, something like that. But then with the Lord of the Rings set coming out, the Orcish Bowmasters. Now this card, undoubtedly, you just read the text and you know it's good right away. A flash creature for 2. When it enters the battlefield, you get a ping any target and then create a orc token. All right, and then whenever your opponent draws a card other than the first card on their draw step, you get to do the same thing again. All right, so you got this draw synergy between these two. Fairy Mastermind wanting your opponent to draw their second card so you can get another card out of it. Also can enable itself. Both these creatures have flash. All right, so how do we build a deck around these two creatures? Well, there is another creature here that really enables these cards very, very well, and that is going to be Urtai Resurrected. All right, this card, I've always thought this card was pretty mid. It is a 4-mana flash creature, and when it enters the battlefield, you can counter a spell or destroy a target creature or planeswalker, and then their controller gets to draw a card. All right, so I never liked that text on it, that its controller gets to draw a card. But with the Orcish Bowmasters and Fairy Mastermind, now all of a sudden this card becomes insane. You get some really great value when you play this card. Very fantastic, synergizing with the rest of these cards here. Okay, so that being said, how does the rest of the deck fit in here? Well, since we are playing these cheap flash creatures, Kaito ends up being very, very good. Kaito getting to draw cards if you attacked with a creature. So if you flash in your 2-mana flash creature at the end of your opponent's turn, untap, 3 mana, attack in, play Kaito, draw. It's a pretty unstoppable card draw engine, and it can just take over games. So Kaito very, very good here. Very good planeswalker in and of itself, so it gets to slot right in a blue-black deck here. But to play Kaito effectively, your 8 2-drop creatures is not enough. So you need another 2-mana flash creature. And so that was really kind of the challenge. Where do we find another good flash creature that can fit in and isn't just, fodder, essentially, and just kind of taking up a slot? Came back to Zephyr Sentinel here. So Zephyr Sentinel ends up being probably the best other 2-mana flash creature that we can play. It has flying as well, which makes it very good with Kaito. But what Zephyr Sentinel does is that it can essentially act as another counter spell or combat trick with your opponent's spells. So these two creatures here, the Fairy Mastermind and the Orcish Bowmaster, they attract a lot of removal. Your Zephyr Sentinel, you can flash it in, and once they target one of your Orcish Bowmasters or the Fairy Mastermind, you can return it to your hand. Returning the Orcish Bowmaster to your hand is just good in general, because then you can replay it, ping something else. Zephyr Sentinel, also very good with Urtai. Getting to reuse Urtai's effect can be very, very powerful as well. So this really ends up being the best creature that we can play. It's fine, honestly, to just play it as a 2-mana flash flyer, then untap and play Kaito as well. All right, so where does the rest of the deck fit in? We have 2 Shelly on the top end as well, with all the card draw going on. She ends up being very, very good against both your opponents and for life gain on your side of the playing field. And then in the 1-drop slot, a couple cut down, and then we have some Mind Spikes, all right, to take care of the non-creature spells in their hand. Some people prefer to play Duress. I actually like Mind Spike better because it doesn't miss. So if they are playing a creature deck, then we get to draw a card. It replaces itself. We do take some damage, so that's the trade-off there. But I still think that it's a better play over Duress in this slot here. All right. Then 4, Make Disappear. Make Disappear, very good card in and of itself. I mean, absolutely insane with Orcish Bowmaster because then you have some fodder. You're not sacrificing, a meaningful creature, and you can still do that that higher level counter spell. All right. 4, Go for the Throat for more removal. And then we get to play 2, Bind to Secrecy. So this is essentially a negate with some upside. So we get to counter their non-creature spells. Or if we're playing against creature decks and we've been killing their creatures, we can actually just conjure one of their creatures in their graveyard to our hand. So it ends up not being a dead card against creature matchups, which is fantastic. And then, if we do have 5 different card types in our graveyard, we get a little extra value there, which actually does happen. So that is the deck. Mana base, pretty self-explanatory here. We get to play 4 Forsaken Crossroads since we're just 2 colors. This is made for best of 1. I suspect that you could play this deck in best of 3. I just don't have a sideboard fully built out. I've been absolutely crushing the meta with this deck if I play properly. You do have to play smart. There is a lot of decision making to be made. So let's hop into some games and see how we do with the deck here. All right, got our first game against Happy. Cool name. Hopefully they are not too happy by the end of this. Turn down the sounds on my computer really quick here. What is this? Exile from your hand. Okay, so just going to duplicate a creature. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and see what they got here. Zephyr Sentinel into, so all creatures in their hand. So that's why we play Mind Spike there over Duress. Okay, so they are toxic deck here. Question is, I think that we still just try to counter something here. Maybe even flash in the Sentinel and try to block with it. Let's go ahead and counter that. Let's take care of their creature. Okay, and we are pretty set up here. Bind to Secrecy, not the best draw, of course, but that's fine. So we're gonna do Kaito here. The Make Disappear is not super exciting. At this point, we want removal.
There are many secrets I don't know. Not for long.
Okay, so they're just trying to play as many venerated Rot Priests as they can. So we probably want to just uptick here.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Not hitting land was disgusting. Our life total doesn't really matter. Let's replace that. Let's go ahead and scry here. Put the land in the bottom. Okay, now let's see what they can come up with here. Got a counter spell. We can also bind to Secrecy at the end of the turn just to get a Rot Priest, I guess. Not sure if that's even really good, but we're going to do it. So they have an instant. We are going to just tick up Kaito again. We'll probably discard the other Kaito. We don't want to attack yet.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
I like this. The Mind Spike over the Rot Priest. Give me that. Then do we just kill the... Oops. Could just kill the... let's just kill it right now. Yeah. Okay, pretty easy match there overall. Let's hop into another one here. Some coinage. Yeah, so this deck I've been working on for the last few days here. Got kind of obsessed with it. Have not been getting nearly as much work done as I should be. But that's what happens when you get inspired by Magic the Gathering. And so the first few iterations of this deck were so bad. I mean, I could not win games. It was really frustrating because it was like, well, I know there's good cards in this deck. We'll go ahead and keep this. It's an okay hand. It's not really great, to be honest, but I don't think we can mulligan it. So we'll go ahead and try to scry into some things here. Let's go ahead and make that blue. It's our fourth land, but I mean, it's our fourth land. Okay, well, fine. If we can get both Fairy Masterminds out and then Urtai something, that's hella value. So we'll go ahead and just try to make that happen. Finally came to a naturalist. Okay. Enchantments. I don't think I've ever played against enchantments. So let's see how we do here. Mind Spike was a great draw. Wedding Announcement. I think we have to take that, right? I mean, if we take the Wedding Announcement, we can bind to Secrecy. I'm probably just going to play... Let's let him play the Haunting. Yeah, how about no? Okay, so now the Fairy Mastermind is online to... shouldn't have even attacked with it. So we can counter something, draw. They draw, I draw. I don't think that they have another removal spell, though. So, honestly, probably a good counter spell here. Another Urtai was great. Totally fine. Ooh, okay. You can kill the Kahilda eventually. Totally fine. Again, totally fine. Ah, I'm so stupid. I should have flashed in the creatures. Could have killed one of their naturalists there. So we're flashing in a Bowmaster. Let's kill a Skrell. Then we can kill the Naturalist or the Kahilda. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here now. Okay, so we will probably just hold the Rafine's Tower at this point. We do like 6 mana, but we're going to just only play the Urtai or something else. So let's go ahead and we can get in some attacks here at this point. We'll play it because we got the Fairy Mastermind to draw with, so. Seems fine. Whenever enter the battlefield, put 1/1 counter. Kind of need to kill the Kahilda. Marsh. Okay. Can't do it twice. Wow, that was so bad, bud. Well, we are mitigating the flood at least. Okay, we're taking over this game even though we're flooding out. All right, so we're in pretty good shape here at this point. I mean, we can just go ahead and just kill this, swing with everybody. Wrap this game up. We'll go ahead and scry here. Put lands on the bottom, please. Fairy Mastermind and Orcish Bowmaster, when you have so much mana, it's just taking over the game. Yeah, so, I mean, just way too much value. Those two cards alone are just insane together. So, another good win. Never played against enchantments before, but worked out. So, pretty cool. All right, let's play another. We're 2-0 currently. I was able to climb the ranks to diamond with this from gold, grinding while I was kind of playing around with iterations of the deck. They were getting better and better, and then kind of came to this final format. I was playing, when I was first started, I was using this card. I forget the name. It's a common. It's a 3-mana instant, and it's target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 lives, trying to force the synergy with Fairy Mastermind and Orcish Bowmaster. It was just a shit card, quite frankly. So even though there was synergy there, it's just like you don't really want your opponent drawing 2 cards, and then it eats up your whole turn. It's better just to use the Fairy Mastermind and the Urtai to get that sort of value. Just ends up working out way better. So this hand is fine. If we draw a land, it's great. We can Fairy Mastermind into Kaito, depending on what they're playing here. Another Urtai was not the best draw. Okay, we are hopefully not getting mana screwed here, but I would not be surprised. Looks like we're playing a mirror. Probably not the mirror, but a mirror. Let's see what they got here. Jace. Do we care about Jace, really? Not really. Thank you so much for that mill. That was very, very kind of you. Let it be a land on top. You son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, this is my issue with Magic the Gathering Arena, is that, like, you just... The mana screw or mana flood is just crazy. It's just like, I want to create a game that is just Magic, but there's 2 decks, and you have a land deck, and you're required to have 20 lands in it, let's say, and then you have your creature and spell deck, and then you get to choose which one to draw from. Mana Screw is just, and Mana Flood is just kind of ruins the game, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's not going to work out for you. I mean, we could just kill it, but they are not short on mana here, so we better use our counter spells. Excellent. Okay, let's get the Kaido down. Let's get some lands. There we go. Okay, it's a tap land, but we'll take it. Can maybe crawl our way back into this. It's better to use the counterspell there too, because we were going to hold mana up. So now if they, like, they're going to go ahead and take Urtai here. I would not play that main deck. It's a give removal for creatures. Okay, they play an Urtai of their own, which we get to draw from. Let's Mind Spike them. The other own bind to secrecy here. Okay. It's decent. Let's just go ahead and we can cut down this, which is probably better. All right, their hand officially sucks. They're looking to get a Fairy Mastermind here, probably. They just play it right away. That's insane to me. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how they got to 686 with that level of play skill, but maybe we have hope here. On our way up, 3-0. Let's keep it going. Maybe we'll play, you know, 1 or 2 more here. Showcase the deck a little bit more. We're having fun. As long as we're winning, we're having fun. If we lose, we don't have fun. Rarely. If it's a good game and I lose, I'm fine with it. If I lose because I get screwed by, you know, the shuffling mechanism in this game, then that's not that fun. This hand sucks. Underground River. Does it suck? Not really. I mean, we got removal, we got creatures. We got the mana for it. They're playing creatures with 1 toughness. Incredible. In this format, this day and age, it's bold, Cotton. That is bold. Hopefully they don't play something to pump it right away here. Oh my god. Free bans. Alright. Lots of Make Me Disappears. Lots of Orcus Bowmasters here. Cavalier. Do we just counter that? Probably. Magic, magic, magic. Why do you do this to me? Do we Mind Spike them knowing that they only have creatures in their hand and go for the land drop? No. Inquisitor Captain? Absolutely not. Fantastic. Okay. I don't think I want to play the Mind Spike, though. I just want to scry into land, please. Please, no more Mind Spike. Hopefully they don't play anything good, so I can kill both their creatures here. Beautiful. That's pretty bad for you. Go ahead and draw. Now we are back in it. Took out both their creatures with a Bowmaster. My god, that feels good. Okay. Don't play those cards, man. Those are horrible cards. Let's just go ahead and take care of this right away. Start getting some damage in. And we got that Make Disappear to hold up here. Or the Bowmaster. Yeah. Is it that bad, though? We just get it back. Seems fine. We don't want to let that flip tonight. I don't really want to lose any life here for a card draw. Even if I hit the land. Thar, very good draw for them. Lucky draw.
Thanks. I'll be taking
Let's play the tower tapped here. We'll play the mastermind out so they don't go to knight here. One O in Ward 1. Okay. So the mastermind here should get in, or should it be the orc? So we can ping. We can ping right now. And pay the 2. Shelly. Wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Ping. Kills it. Mind Spike. Yeah. Okay, so we can actually get rid of these Mind Spikes right now, which is great. So we'll do that. Shelly saving the life on those. Okay. Okay, those flip. Do we want to scry first? Most of our things are 2 drops. The only 3 drop is Kaito. We probably want to scry first. Play it on blue. Scry. Definitely putting land on the bottom here. We are going to... We can do that on their turn, though, too. So, if they double block the Shelly, just go ahead and do this. Sentinel is pretty good. Then we get to kill. My God, it is just a bloodbath right now. This is what dreams are made of right here. Look at all that synergy, the combos, the card draw. They've had enough of it, and that is that. So that was a beautiful game right there. 4-0 currently here on the recording. Doing pretty well. That was an awesome game. I think that we will end the recording here on that note. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the power of this deck here. Pretty impressive stuff overall. It's a super fun deck to play. I will leave a link to the Aether Hub format for you guys so you can play this deck in Arena as well. Really just my kind of style of play is for Magic the Gathering. Super fun. Alchemy is actually a pretty fun format right at the moment right now. So, yeah, that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed.